Welcome back, everyone. We're now into the second semifinal of the IC Winter Open. Of course, I'm Nick Axavranis, joined by Megan Zagnet-Bow. And how'd you think about that first match?
The first match or the first series?
The first series.
Well, I was really expecting it to be as close as it was, I guess.
Yeah.
New Slaves, no, formerly New Slaves, but
Non-stop gaming.
Non-stop
Yeah.
gaming, whom we shall just refer to as NS, so I don't confuse myself anymore. Actually did superbly against them in that first game. I definitely thought that they were actually going to come out on top of that, but you know, KGB.
It was really
No, KGB did really well.
It was, and you know, the first game was really back and forth, really close, but then KGB showed why they're the favorites in game two. Definitely came out on top of that. Now we're actually just in the lobby of the second semifinal. This is Kalevra Gaming Origin going up against VEXX Gaming, and I've already seen some, you know, a little bit different. We're going to see some Zatanas from both sides. I've seen Kai from KGO often play Zatanna, but you know, in the last series, none of the teams ever used Zatanna, and now we're having both teams using Zatanna. We also actually have the new champion, Atomic Poison Ivy, being used by African, and that's pretty cool.
I'm actually really pumped about that. I was surprised to not see her last game, but I guess old habits die hard, and I knew that KGB was probably not going to pick them because they've been pretty safe with the team composition that we've been working with. We can see Mecha Wonder Woman and Shazam on both teams as well. They seem to be old favorites, and I don't think that's going to change until Shazam gets removed from the game.
Yeah, I mean, Shazam is just such a powerful champion. Pretty much, you almost always see both teams have Shazam, almost always see both teams have Cyborg, and you usually see both teams have Batman. But where we're seeing, you know, African is using the Atomic Poison Ivy instead of Batman.
I think that the Zatanna is actually going to be really relevant because her ultimate is great for stopping anything. So, you know, like a Wonder Woman, it's good to kind of have a way to just point, click, and stop that. So maybe the Tick and maybe Kai are going to be the reasons why somebody wins or loses. A lot of pressure.
Yeah, a lot of pressure. Of course, we don't talk about Shazams too much because you know they're going to be one of the most dominant champions. I remember in all those roles about the, you know, the highlight reels of the teams when we were introducing them at the start of the show, I think Shazam was like killing people in pretty much every single clip.
Yep.
He's such a powerful champion, and I think he's almost even more necessary now that the vast majority of teams run Mecha Wonder Woman, because he's one of the best ways to shut down Mecha Wonder Woman when she uses that ultimate. Is just use his ultimate right on top of her and try to take her out quickly.
It's definitely really true, and despite the fact that Mecha Wonder Woman has that Escape Shazam has double gap closers, so even if you get away from one, he's probably going to get you with the other.
So, you know, I'm curious to see basically how effective the Atomic Poison Ivy will be. And interesting, even in the jungle, opening Medusa's mask, is that, I mean, normally we see people in the jungle just open up with Marauder items of, you know, Marauder Shield, Marauder Knife, Marauder Ring, you know, whatever you're looking for. But the Medusa's mask, how do you feel about using that as a jungler?
I feel like Atomic Poison Ivy can essentially start with any item that she wants to in the jungle. Her passive gives her the shield, so she starts off being able to take so much damage, and her Q is really low cooldown AoE damage. So she immediately does, she has great wave clear. What she really needs to focus on is will regeneration, because in order to balance out the fact that she has so much crowd control, her will costs are pretty punishing.
Well, looks like both teams are kind of skirmishing over this middle area right now, trying to establish those sensor towers. Meanwhile, at the bottom, we have Mecha Wonder Woman and Zatanna are each going to kind of duel at the bottom. You know, but the junglers are going for the lead camps, and Cyborg and Zatanna are going to be fighting at the top here against Mecha Wonder Woman and Cyborg. And how is, you know, we're seeing Zatanna now. We haven't seen her last game. What are her strengths in the laning phase of the game?
Well, of course, Zatanna has the sustain from her E, which can double as a damage dealer, but it can also be a shield that heals. So her sustain is going to be margin, of course, better than double marksman, but they're not going to be able to push as hard, and hitting your combo is going to be more difficult than just getting right clicked. But it looks like GameSlave is already taking so much damage. Khan almost picking up that kill. Oh, having to pop that invulnerability, but Undead is there. He's there already. See, why? It's level 1 fights. These people are crazy. Why would you give this up so soon?
They're bloodthirsty.
So scary.
Really bloodthirsty, and looks like Zatanna here at the top is lurking. She wants to do some damage. Meanwhile, at the bottom, You have Mecha Wonder Woman and versus Kai playing Zatanna, and they're both basically at full life, just happy to trade, killing each other's drones and farming the lanes.
That's actually an interesting 1v1. Zatanna can probably avoid most of the damage that Mecha Wonder Woman's going to deal, the bulk of it coming from her Glaive Storm if she just stands behind. And if she's good at landing her EQ, then she can probably deal more damage. But we can already see the power of Atomic Poison Ivy coming up for the gank. Probably going to pick up this kill on the tick, giving it to Cyborg 2. First kill of the game goes to Gameslayer.
Wow, I mean, and that's the strength of Atomic Poison Ivy. She may not deal a ton of damage, but she's so good at slowing and locking down a champion so that the rest of your team can finish them off.
I think that Cyborg is probably the worst person to have given up that kill for, of course, of course for VEXX, but not for KGO.
KGO is definitely happy with Gameslave having that kill, and you can see he's doing pretty good in the credits. The credits do get distributed amongst everyone who's in that engagement, so it's not. Is it really that big of a difference which one of them does get the kill?
Yeah, it's really not. As of yet, that's the way that the kills work. But it looks like we have action going on in the top lane. Undead on Shazam from VEXX is kind of hanging around there. There's a lot of pings up there. Looks like they're chasing into the enemy's jungle. I don't know if Gameslave's going to be able to get away from this.
Where you going, Gameslave?
You don't run away from. You don't want to run away from Batman and Shazam.
No.
Oh God, poor Cyborg.
But you know what? They're kind of in a fairly dangerous situation here. Oh, but it looks like Zatanna came down to help them as well. But there was an Atomic Poison Ivy there. There was a Shazam as well. So they were a little extended into a dangerous spot. But Zatanna hits that combo, putting more damage on G's. You know, I'm a little bit surprised that Mecha Wonder Woman has done so well in the one-on-one against Zatanna because, like you said, I mean, I never considered Mecha Wonder Woman amazing at doing a solo lane just because they can hide behind the drones and it's really hard to actually hit them with that glaive throw.
I mean, it's kind of difficult to get used to dodging as well. So perhaps Zatanna does not really 1v1 against Mecha Wonder Woman very often. So it could just be that he's misestimating the range of it.
It goes a lot further than you think. I've definitely experienced that.
But it seems to be kind of a back and forth. Right now, it's just a standstill. They're really focusing on the top lane. I know the Gameslave now getting that kill might be a little bit overzealous. Oh gosh, that would have been death for GS if he did not have to run away from that. Yeah, he's still very low on life. He may go back. Yeah, he's going back to heal up. Meanwhile, it looks like VEXX is just happy to just be aggressive here in the top lane. Their junglers are just staying safe and farming up, but uh-oh. Here comes Ease and African coming in from the bottom. And this could be very dangerous. Oh, but the poison root wall does not hit. Of course, that's not a full wall. You can walk through it, but if you touch it, you are slowed and also take power damage. That's going to be changing. That's going to be easier for her to hit as time goes on because when she levels it up, the width of it actually increases as well as the slow, if I'm not mistaken. I definitely know for certain that the width increases because you can cover nearly an entire lane with the length of it. Length, width, whatever. The longness. The way, the goes ways.
It looks like all four from KGO here at the top. They want to really do a hard push here. Meanwhile, we do have Shazam hanging out at the bottom there. But Batman's chasing down Kai, saying, you know what, stop bossing around Mecha Wonder Woman. Time to come in and help her out. As she is actually very low, but did get level 6. And getting level 6 is very important on Mecha Wonder Woman.
And so did Zatanna.
Yes. And actually, Zatanna is a great counter in Mecha Wonder Woman because if you can turn her into a sheep while she's channeling the ultimate. Rabbit. Rabbit.
I didn't know there was a sheep in this game.
Rabbit, sheep, you know, they're both white, soft, and fluffy.
That's very, very true, actually. I can see where the confusion is.
If you get turned into a soft, white, fluffy creature,
be a sheep in my hat, you know, is that what they do? They're playing out sheeps and not rabbits. I've not known this my entire life.
That's only when you're a really good magician.
Oh, okay.
Anyone can pull out a rabbit. They're pretty small. They can squish down into, you know, into your
Anyone
sleeve.
can pull out a rabbit.
Yeah,
all
anyone
right.
can pull out a rabbit.
After the game, let's see this.
Only Zatanna can pull out a sheep. Next is going to be a cow. But here we go at the top lane. Some more pressure going down. And you can see how VEXX is doing a good job of keeping the drones between them and G's, so every time G's throws the glaives out, unable to really hit the champions, which of course is a priority, is putting damage on the enemy champions.
It's kind of strange. We can see that both of them are taking considerable amount of damage, so it's really a lot of back and forth. And it's kind of like they both just really want to be aggressive, but it's not really helping either of them out very much.
I mean, it ends up being a net neutral because they're both trading so evenly, right?
Right.
Uh-oh, G's taking some damage. Oh, but Khan goes in big, takes a lot of damage to Gameslave. The combo hits on G's though. G's is very, very low. And it looks like, I feel like VEXX getting... Oh, that was a nice glaive, though. It's still so even. Both teams are really taking a lot of damage here.
But even with all that action hanging out in the top lane, we have 15 seconds about until the Raider spawns. So we're going to need to, well, both of them are going to need to kind of get down there because there needs to be a way to distinguish. There needs to be a way to start snowballing this. And I think if VEXX gets that, they're gonna have a big edge, and they're probably just gonna be able to push against the kind of aggression that KGO is displaying.
You know what's interesting is both teams are keeping 2 on the top lane even during the Raider fight. So it's only a 3-on-3 down here as opposed to our last series, KGB versus Nonstop Gaming, where they pretty much sent a whole team down to battle for the Raider.
And I don't know. This is definitely going to go either way. VEXX is already in position for it with some vision coverage there, but I don't know with that Shazam, the double Shazam. Whoever Shazam's first is going to win.
Yeah, Shazams are definitely dangerous here. Now, Atomic Poison Ivy is only level 5, so she's not going to have her ultimate up.
Uh-oh, and we don't have Mecha Wonder Woman down here for KGO.
Yeah.
So if they get into that team fight, I think they're going to have more AoE damage to put out against KGO.
Now, they may be able to get this turret with a push, but that means that VEXX is going to send additional reinforcements to the bottom. You see Kai, or excuse me, not Kai, the Tick playing Zatanna for VEXX is actually heading down to support. And once they're in a 4-on-3, they probably will have the strength to go ahead and take down that Raider.
It's really, yeah, VEXX gets that. They're either going to die immediately after or kind of hopefully deal enough damage to force KGO away from that.
So now they're going in for the Raider. Kai's trying to fight back, tries to hit the combo Mecha Wonder Woman. The combo misses, but it's still going to put out some damage. And, oh, Shazam, Ease goes in with Shazam, but the ultimate from Mecha Wonder Woman puts out tons of damage, but yet doesn't kill anyone. And KGO coming out way on top there.
Dude, what I say, whoever Shazam's first wins.
That's true. The Shazam is, I mean, his ultimate is so powerful. You want to get that off as soon as possible. And all of a sudden, VEXX Gaming is definitely falling behind. Now, I couldn't tell who got the Raider kill there. I'm not actually sure. Now, KGO is ahead in credits, so they probably got it. But they've also gotten a couple kills, so that could account for some of the credit difference as well.
I think that they might have actually relinquished the Raider to VEXX, considering they just got top turret as well, which is going to give them a lot of global credits.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're not substantially ahead might indicate that they did not get the Raider. Well, regardless, they still are ahead in terms of levels and in terms of credits. So I think they're still gonna have a bit of an edge, but it's definitely anyone's game at this point. Really, what needs to happen is these power relays are going to be unlocking. You can get the Doomsday device, but typically you don't go for it too early. They just need to make sure that they're playing safely. They can't afford to give up any more kills at this moment in time, because if they do, they're just going to be feeding credits, and it's going to be harder and harder with every single kill that KGO gets to be able to come back from it.
Right now, it's still a very, very close game. And the credit difference is only 2K. It's not that big right now. It's going to be, you know, if any one team does really well going forward, that could turn the game around. Oh, but looks like Kai pushing hard. But, uh-oh, she's got to watch out. Batman's after her. Her legs go sparky. That means she's running really fast. Of course, that's one of Zatanna's skills, is to either speed up a friendly or slow down an enemy. But Batman is still on her. He got rabbited.
He was a black bunny in the cloud. Isn't that amazing? Did you see that?
I did see that.
Oh my god, he was a black bunny with red eyes. That was incredible.
That's the evil bunny.
I want that to be a costume.
Uh-oh, it looks like Jesus is in trouble. Cyborg's chasing him down, and is he able?
Oh,
the ultimate.
that was incredible. Khan knew the range of his ultimate really well, and they actually gonna be able to pick up this kill. Nope. So it looks like Ease got away, but oh my god, they were able to survive. That was so good.
I thought Ease was about to get a double kill there, but I mean, the Tick was so fast on turning him into a rabbit. If he was rabbited like a quarter second later, both Cyborg and definitely Cyborg would have died in, and maybe Shazam too.
I think Kai was a little bit upset about Juke chasing after him so much, so he was like, you know what, Ivy, will you come down here and kill this guy?
It worked. It worked. You know, this is actually a sick team. If you combine Atomic Ivy and Zatanna, you have so much speed and slowing down that no one's ever going to escape you.
That's actually very true. I didn't even consider the whole CC together so much as the Gotham girls banding together to finally take down the Batman. But Zatanna is not evil. At least Zatanna Prime isn't.
No, she's good. Perhaps plays some magical tricks on people every once in a while. But overall, fights for justice. Oh, looks like Oh, she was trying to, I think, steal one of the kills on the drones. One-on-one, I don't think you want to take on Batman as Atomic Poison Ivy.
No, but I mean, I think she's sticking around to try to lure him into the rest of the team. Because what other reason would she have to hang around there? He's coming up from behind. I think Jude kind of caught on to it, so he's probably not going to pursue that.
Yeah, I mean, he had a good idea of where everyone was. He wasn't going to be too dangerous there. Meanwhile, more trades at the top. Nothing too dramatic going on quite yet. Game Slave pacing up and down. You just wanted to make sure he did get that camera in the clouds there, because if you're pushing too far, especially as a cyborg on your own, you're very, very nervous about being ganked.
You should be always nervous about being ganked. Like, if you don't know where anybody is, you need to think that you're going to be killed at any moment in time.
Uh-oh. Undead lurking in the top. Shadows. This could be a dangerous situation. VEXX now has actually their entire teams here at the top, doing the 5-man push across this top. They really want to get this this turret here. And now meanwhile, we do have Satana and Atomic Poison Ivy. They're definitely going to kill that bottom turret, but can they hold on the top?
Looks like VEXX is deciding to band together. Maybe they're thinking that by combining their forces, they're going to stop KGO from doing anything, but they're not even able to put any pressure on that turret, and they're kind of just giving KGO free reign of bottom. They've lost that turret, and they're not really seeing any return on that.
You know, they have been able to close the credit gap, well, at least up until that turret died. They had almost closed the credit gap, so they've been doing something right. Definitely bossing around or doing a little bit better in taking down credits. But
KGO, I think they're positioning for the Raider. I think that Atomic Poison Ivy knows that that's going to be coming up. Yep, already pinging coming from KGO. They're positioning for that Raider. They know that it spawns 6 minutes after it dies, around the 7-minute mark. And because of the fact that VEXX were all up there, they just gave that area away.
They absolutely did. But now VEXX is all trying to... Shazam just wants to go back home, but GameSave won't let him. He's like, okay,
I'll jerk. Look at this guy. He's just chasing him.
He's going to keep chasing him forever. Meanwhile, the Raider should come up momentarily, but VEXX is now sending their entire roster there as well.
Forcing Mecha Wonder Woman away, but pretty good ultimate. It was able to take out half of Kai's health and a lot of Africans, but
yeah.
Wow. Funneling in one by one. This is not good. Ease is going to go down, and I think the other two are going to... Oh, wow.
No,
what is this nonsense?
The ultimate from Mecha Wonder Woman from G's there, I think, put so much damage on VEXX. They all freaked out and ran away. And, you know, that looked great for VEXX, and all of a sudden just turned around there. And, I mean, they still got the 1 kill, no one died. But it could have been a lot better.
Yeah, and VEXX was at least able to take their own relay, but they've got to get up there for that top relay. If they can get that top relay, they can get Elite Drones in the top lane, and they can be a little bit less concerned about the pushing that's going to be happening from KGO. But if they let that go, I think you're going to be hard-pressed to come back from it.
So it looks like they decided to have Mecha Wonder Woman be at the bottom, which is interesting because they know if they fight for the top relay, there's probably going to be a big team fight. But I guess they're saying it'll happen before Mecha Wonder Woman has her ultimate, and without that, maybe she's not as useful as some of the other teammates. So that's why they sent her at the bottom?
They might feel that way. I think they might just have somebody there to prevent any pushing. I don't know that this is going to be good. Both of them are perfectly capable of taking the other ones out, but it looks like Fatal Uno is not super excited about getting into that fight.
He wants no piece of Zatanna, but now we have VEXX going for the top relay. Zatanna puts some damage on G's. G's does not have her ultimate either, and this would be an amazing position for an ultimate. Oh, gets rabbited, takes a lot of damage. Shazam ultimate's in there with ease. Madness is happening everywhere. It looks like GameSave is fighting Undead. Meanwhile, Khan went down. This is looking great for KGO.
Yeah, VEXX seems like they were in a good position, but they kind of all clumped up, and Ease was like, "Yep, perfect time for my ultimate."
And he's even still chasing. He's like, "I'm Shazam. I'm just gonna try to run on everyone." And
you have no will? I have no will either. I have energy, so I can chase you forever.
That's all it takes for Shazam. Of course, he accumulates energy fairly quickly. So in a low energy / will situation, I think that energy-based characters tend to enjoy those spots.
Yeah, that's probably true. But they did end up losing that relay and losing a couple of lives as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're kind of got to hang back. They've got to make sure that they don't keep giving up kills that they don't need to give up. And of course, I think that was for a good cause. They tried to do it right, but KGO took advantage of their positioning really well there. Ease
just had such a great ultimate there. There's so much damage put on the team. I mean, neither team had that Mecha Wonder Woman ultimate, but wow, Atomic Poison Ivy, African, you're kind of lost a bit there. Trying to slow him down with the wall, but they're staying right on her, and can she get away? popping her ultimate, and she does get away somehow miraculously, and VEXX has got to be a little bit
Vexed
sad.
about it.
Yeah.
They almost had exactly what they needed right there. If they could have got Atomic Poison Ivy, they would have been able to get that kill for free, and they might have been able to take some sort of action on that, but not being able to secure that kill is, not being able to secure the kills, you know, just getting them really low isn't going to win them that game. Wow, Kai, the delayed invulnerability out of fear, but with all of their ultimates down at this point, they've got to back out.
Yeah, you know, I was surprised that they kept actually running through that Mecha Wonderman ultimate. I think they were a little more confident than they should have been, at least the players from Team VEXX, and then they realized that ultimate does a lot of damage and immediately backed away. But wow, Zatanna, another combo, takes G's down to only a portion of her life, but Ease takes out the tick. Ultimate again. Oof. Shazam takes no prisoners.
Felt like he just used it too.
Yeah.
Didn't it?
It did. He just used it at the top, and he's back again already. Let's see what items he's actually building, because he's been so effective this game. He's getting the Marauder Ring with the Devastating. That's an amazingly powerful item, just the pure power damage.
Reduction, that's what's making his ult come up so quickly.
You know, that's actually, I've almost started getting out on every power damage champion I get. Just get the Marauder Ring. It just seems there's so many stats for so little money. Now, it doesn't give you the life that Cosmic Staff does. But
well, on Shazam it does.
That's true. Yeah, there you go. So that's maybe the ultimate item for Shazam, as long as you get that amplifier that does give it that power penetration, so it can match the Cosmic Staff.
That's definitely for sure. I have this weird kind of thing though, where I don't like getting will regen on characters who don't have will. It makes me feel like it's a wasted stat, you know, and it bothers me. It
is. But I mean, yeah, like if you're given, you know, $1,000, then, you know, 10 of it's in a currency you can't use. The other $990 is still good money, right?
Still money that you would use to buy hamburgers and not cheeseburgers, right?
Exactly. Gotta buy those hamburgers. It looks like KGO is on top of the Raider spawn again. It should come up. This is the third time the Raider spawn. And yeah, there's no way VEXX will be in a position to get it. But wait a minute, Game Slave has got to be careful here. Game Slave! Oh, Game Slave, watch out! Okay, he's smart. He knows what's happening.
I don't know, though. There's still a bunch of people. If he stays here, he cannot survive 4 of VEXX, and I think KGO is kind of all hanging out in that bot lane, so...
Yeah, this turret is absolutely done. We can see KGO is trying to head up top. Meanwhile, they're not going to push the bottom, but the top turret is going to go down. But they should get in before anything more happens. Uh-oh, Kai's caught off guard a bit there. But Ease Shazam's in, and yeah, Kai's probably going to go down. No, she bunnies Batman. Ease somehow has an infinite amount of ultimates, and he just hunts down everyone. And KGO, again, goes way ahead here.
Yeah, Ease was basically able to 1v... Well, I don't even say basically. He literally 1v2'd against Khan and the Tick, because he caught them both in his ultimate, which does a billion jillion damage. Then he just chain lightning them and lightning fielded them to death. Yeah, this is I don't want to say this is irreparable for VEXX, but it just seems like the way KGO is playing and just the utter dominance they have over the field right now, seems like they would be really hard pressed to come back from it.
I mean, it's one thing to be down 10k credits, which you can recover from, but when you're down by the credits and they have an extremely fed Shazam, he's one of the scariest champions to have fed. I mean, he's level 14. He's got 9,000 credits, which is like no one even has more than 6,500 on Team VEXX. So Shazam can, I mean, that's why he can do things like 1v2. His ultimate will basically one-shot any squishy on Team VEXX like a cyborg, and then even without the ultimate, his other skills are good enough to take on someone as well.
Yeah, he's already 4 levels higher than the other Shazam.
Looks like there's going to be a battle over the relay. VEXX is saying we have to make a stand here and try to contest their relay, but Team KGO does have the Doomsday device, and I'm sure they're not going to be too afraid to use it if Team VEXX pumps up too much.
They only have 30 seconds to use it.
Oh, a nice wonder. Shazam goes down from Team VEXX, one of their key characters. Ease is chasing Khan again. There is the Doomsday device. Khan he just sat in the middle. He knew there was no escape.
Did he know, or was he like...
I think he tried to jump on it like he would a grenade. And he's figuring if I stand right on top of it, the rest of my team will live, right?
I don't know if it works that way with a giant device of doom.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's how it works. It's basically like a grenade, right?
That explains everything.
Yeah.
Explains a lot about you, Nick.
He was the only guy who died for his team, right? So
Yeah, yes, that's true. No, he was the only guy that died to the Doomsday device,
Yeah.
but not at all the only guy who died.
Yes, you're right, you're right.
But KGO used the Doomsday device to get that kill, but they still have 2 of the relays. They're kind of pushing that. They're definitely pushing this. Gonna take that top turret, and that's gonna further create a difference in those credits.
Oh, an aggressive move here by Fatal Uno and a great ultimate. And this could be the start of a turn for VEXX if they get 2 kills.
Unless they keep chasing into an area that they might not want to chase into.
Well,
Look at Ease. Look at Ease. You let him just floating up there.
yeah, he doesn't mind. He's like, 2 of my teammates dead? That's all right. Well, he has his ultimate up, so he's
I'm pretty sure he just like 1v8 right now.
1v8. You could have
He's
half
gonna
his
spawn
team.
extra enemies just to kill them.
Yeah. That's what Shazam does best. It's just, you know what? The more the merrier. That's more credits for you when I kill them all, right?
Oh, looks like VEXX is actually, I think they're kind of picking up what KGO is putting down and trying to get that Raider finally to get themselves a little bit back into the game. But Atomic Poison Ivy with your freaking scary Entropy Age just rolling around on 4 legs and not letting that be a thing.
Yeah, you know, she's got to be one of the toughest characters to kill in this game right now because she has her own neutral shield that's just one of her skills. She has the Entropy Aegis, which will block the first ability used against her. Got Fragment and Mogo for a ton of attack armor and life. She's got the power armor. I mean,
her ultimate gives her armor as well.
yes, it does. And her passive scales off attack armor. She probably has like 150 attack armor at least at this point.
Yeah, she's got a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty scary here. It looks like, yeah, Ease is going in. He's taking people out. Game Slave takes out Shazam. They don't even care about the turret. They're just going to go in for the kill.
That was a near annihilation.
Yeah.
And that turret's going down. It looks like the respawn timers might be such that they can even put some hurt on the bottom turret, but
yeah, they might be able to. Oh, Fatal Uno takes a lot of
Whoa.
damage.
He's gonna live! Oh my god, and that freaking Shazam.
He somehow survives. It doesn't even make sense anymore. He's just that strong. He can take on everyone. This turret may even go down. It looks like they're coming back. They're going to try to contest it. Now, Undead does have his ultimate. Is he going to try to Shazam in there?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no! That was a
East
really
could go
good
down.
Thorn shield. Oh. Yeah, that Thorn Wall stopped it. Undead was like, please give me that sweet, sweet Mecha Wonder Woman, but he wasn't able to get there because of that perfect Atomic Poison Ivy ultimate. It's getting harder and harder for VEXX to do anything because their levels are so much lower than everybody there on KGO. And now another Raider, and VEXX sees it because that camera is there. So they saw it and they see their life just draining away. They see their chances getting slimmer and slimmer. What is with these KG people, huh? Come on, Calevra.
Clever Gaming's pretty good at Infinite Crisis.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably some objective truth in that.
Yeah. Well, at least there's empirical truth given that so far. KGB 2-0 in semifinal number 1. Semifinal number 2, KGO is looking like they're going to take a 1-0 lead here. Look how bold they're starting to be. Like, there's no one in this screen Akai.
Zatanna being like the squishiest one of all, just kind of running in there being like, hey, I'm here.
Tana just doesn't. She's doing it again.
Gonna turn him into a sheep.
Yes.
You know?
Sheep rabbit. Makes her legs sparkly again. You know, she must have a lot of cooldown reduction. We'll talk about that later. Ease goes in again. Ton is running in terror, trying to take him out. Oh, Juke gets rabbited, and Ease is still at full life somehow. It's because he just doesn't die. And that's going to be a dead Shazam on Shazam action.
Oh, scumbag Zatanna just stole that kill.
Man,
he's gonna get a quadra kill.
Ease is like, how come I'm only 14 kills? You guys keep stealing some of my kills.
He's like, hey, I want a pentakill too.
He does. He saw Telekinetic do it in that first game. And now again, you know, there's been a theme here. It's almost a pentakill or almost an annihilation, I guess. But then Fatal Uno somehow survives.
How has KGO not been able to close out the game yet? I mean, it's almost 26 minutes into the game, and they have so many kills.
Yeah, it's actually absurd. VEXX is doing a really great job of hanging in there. They found a couple opportunities to get some good engagements. And it is at the point, though, you know one of the big things? KGO has been ahead for so long, but they've never had all 3 power relays. And I think that's one of the key things to closing out the game is to have all 3 power relays.
That's very true, is kind of just having that dominance in both lanes. But I kind of smell the end coming up here with the Doomsday device.
VEXX is going to try to contest it. Can they do it? Oh, great ultimate from G's. Cyborg tries to pick up the bomb. Gets a level for his efforts. Dodges the ultimate from Fatal Uno, and actually he's going to... Oh, no, there's vulnerability.
What is with these mecha Wonder Womans, huh?
Wow.
This is like 1v9ing, not even 1v8ing. But Shazam wasn't even there. He was like, dang it, I wanted to kill him too.
Yeah.
But he's already got like all of the kills on the team, so I guess he can afford it. So I have a feeling this might be the end of the game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're just going to kill the turret. They can end the game. Maybe Batman will see what he can do.
I don't know. He can probably die.
Well, we'll see. Let's go, Juke. Get him.
Go in!
Get him, Batman.
The tick!
Get him.
You can do it! No, you can't because of ease. Oh, and they saved the Doomsday device. Oh no, the tick is down. And GameSave's like, I don't care, I'm just going for the power core. You can punch me all you want. Wow.
Well, Batman tried.
They all tried.
They all tried.
They all tried. But that was really excellent gameplay by KGO.
Yeah, KGO just put forth a great game there. And you know what's interesting? GameSlave, he didn't even go for much lifesteal. I mean, he had Clawvorce, but a lot of cyborgs like to go for that Soul Taker Katana, but he just went straight for max damage.
Deathstroke's Claymore is something that I see a lot of cyborgs picking up lately.
Well, it's for the cost, the amount of damage is just insane because the 25% attack speed on top of 50 damage, like 50 damage for 3,000 is almost kind of worth it, but then you get the attack speed and you get the Slayer effect.
It's a tank killer.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, it means whoever you look at. It's really great against like Shazam, who comes in here with a lot of life, helps you take him down a little bit faster.
Let's hope for the Doomsday device and the Raider as well.
Oh yeah.
Just chunk it. I mean, it does have a damage cap, but still.
Yeah.
See a couple of Fragment of Mogos on KGO side too. That still, I mean, now not every single champion is buying it, like when it was like really, really strong, but it's still definitely a viable item.
Yeah, you can see basically anyone who's going to be in the front line there. You have Atomic, Poison Ivy, and Shazam getting it. Atomic Poison Ivy also getting the Strangers now, because that's pretty cool. They're really collecting. I mean, the amount of armor she had is insane. She's got all the power armor from HB Fragment of Mogo is the attack armor. She's got the Gambit to give armor of all kinds. And then the Phantom Stranger's necklace, even more armor.
Well, when you're the CC machine,
yeah,
and you don't really do that much damage, all you need to do is make sure that you kind of get in there and you rough them up, and they're like, God, just Poison Ivy, because she deals so much damage over time with her base abilities that she can just like kind of bully people, and they're so scared because she's this freaking giant plant witch just coming at you, dealing all this damage. And what are you supposed to do? You're like, please go away, please let me be alive, and you're dead. Yeah,
you're dead. You know, also her root wall would synergize really well with like Mecha Wonder Woman's ultimate or anything like that. It's such a good zoning tool. It's cool that we're seeing some use out of her, and we were speculating if you'd see more of her or not. And I mean, African used her beautifully. I mean, you did a great job. Just so many times you have to lock a champion down so they could kill her. You even used the CC abilities to escape and have the whole team back away as well. A very kind of versatile champion.
I think she was definitely one of the defining factors. I know we were joking about Zatanna, or kind of contemplating that Zatanna might be the one that wins it, but I think it was the Atomic Poison Ivy, because she actually established a lot of the early ganks as well, and she kind of turned the tide of the top lane. So I say mad props, considering she's only been out for, a week and a half at this point?
Even less than that. I think it's been like...
Was it literally like 5 days ago?
Yeah, it was like
4 days. It was
this
week! Yeah. So, like, there was not a lot of time to really learn her and learn how to play her. And granted, her kit is fairly simple, but with all, like, the synergy from her passive and the way Toxic Growth works with everything, that was... I mean, not a lot of time. And KGO was just like, oh, we got this. So, I mean, I don't think that VEXX is completely outmatched. I think they just need to kind of rethink their strategy.
Well, we'll see if they can do that. Of course, it is the best of 3. VEXX is down 0-1 to KGO. Game 2 is coming up next.